Broadcasting. All right. Problem detected. Into confetti. Good morning. Josh, you're my hero. You're like the most, I don't know, dependable, regular attendee of Coffee with Cross. You are the super fan. Yes, Dumpster Baby. All right, this week we're gonna do Dumpster Baby instead of Three Doors because Brian is out of town. So you're gonna have to ping me on the chat. I'll have to move my coffee to the side. And I'll put more in my view so that I've always got it sort of close by so I can see what you guys are chatting at me. All right, you ready to go? Shoot me a thumbs up. Ooh, smileys. Oh, some of these emotes are terrible. Is that Vince? Vince Panties. All right. We are going to... Oh, check that out. Look at all these emoticons. Neat stuff. So why does Twitch have flat top-headed emote-ocons? Seems strange. Oh my god, dude, Chevy's here. Nice. All right, so like I was saying, we're not going to do Three Doors today. We're going to move on to Dumpster Baby. So yes, that is Jeff. In the spirit of DB, let's do a little.
Jumping around, got a dumpster of fun, Dumpster Baby. That's loaded, it's gonna explode, it's Dumpster Baby.
Dumpster Baby's taking out the trash.
All right. No. iTunes wants to automatically play. All right, so the first thing I did, you'll notice, is I actually dragged that MP3 directly into my assets folder. I am going to create a new folder. Resources. It's one of the first things I always do because at some point when I'm scripting, I'm going to be looking for that folder. All right, so what do we think we need for Dumpster Baby? We're going to need... Let's go over to Keynotes. Let's call this... Actually, I'm going to add this slide instead. All right, let's... Assets. So we're going to need a dumpster, right? We're going to need a street scene. Let's call it an alley. Alleyway of some kind, undetermined at this point. We'll probably also need a baby or something that looks like a baby. And then I think, let's do this, we'll also need, so one of the things is we're going to need sounds and music. I only put that on there because we already have one. Let's do this slide. Actually, let's delete this slide, add a new one because we're going to do this one. Because what do we always do? Essence and pillars. All right. So Dumpster Baby Essence. You know, I don't actually really know what these are offhand, but let's just call this. It's okay to not know right off the bat because we have such a great sort of solid idea of what it is. As I talk through it, the pillar and essence will come out. sense, and we'll call this. I think the first thing though is that it's cheerful to be the opposite of. Oh my God, it's Jubei! What up, Jubles? Getting rubles with Jubles. Oh, this is like a NXA Saturday morning coffee meeting. All right, Dumpster Baby's going to be cheerful, always cheerful. His origin is unexplained, and in fact, I think I'm going to change this to the second pillar being mysterious for now, and it will be, let's see, Dumpster Baby, an arcade, infinite runner with no point, at least for now. Right? We'll refine this as we go. He's mysterious, cheerful. I'll just put fast-paced for now, which is better than putting fun or some other thing, because fun doesn't mean shit. Anyway, everything, you always want your games to be fun. Let's put 3 doors away. Go back to the game. We'll start at the basics. Let's just start sketching it out, right? I'm going to add, let me see this, save scene as db underscore test scene. Okay. Let's put in a, because today we're just going to do gameplay. I'm not going to worry about the aesthetics so much, so that's going to be our dumpster, and then let's drop in a 3D object. We're going to drop a plane in. So, did I explain planes and quads last time? Does anybody... Fun doesn't mean shit, at least not when you're writing. Fun doesn't mean anything. Okay, does everybody know the difference between a plane and quad? At least in Unity, I'll just tell you. Plane has more tries on it than a quad does. Street, okay. Here, I'll create a quad. So I use quads for billboards and smaller items. In fact, the default... Oh, where is the motherfucker? Hold on. Why is that not showing up? Mesh render is on. Let's make it bigger and see if maybe it's just hiding. Okay. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's go to assets, import package, and let's go to, these are the base Unity packages. So since I started with something that was completely empty, basically, let's go for standard assets mobile. That'll bring in all kinds of random shit. So Josh says doesn't think I'm just gonna bring in all this garbage, but at some point I'll clear a bunch of it out. It'll give me sort of like a rough set of things on my palette that I can choose from. So you can see there's a bunch of things in here that I can pull in, some prefabs. Anyway, a quad is literally I think 4 tries, or it's 4. It's actually 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tries, but it's 4 squares that you can use for a plane. The thing is that a quad will come in vertical and a plane will come in horizontal, and you can see here that the plane has many more polygons on it. Anyway, so keep that in mind. So if I wanted to put Dumpster Baby on this plane, I'd probably be burning some of my memory budget, just because it's going to have more quads to render. So the quad, basically you can think of the quad as this corner of the plane, and it starts out vertical. It's just a little shortcut. Because Unity doesn't have any mesh editing tools, as far as being able to cut this down to be custom how I want it. It's not parametric at all. But I will show you something. We're going to do this. I think I'm going to need this pretty quickly. Actually, I take that back. I'm not going to confuse you. Let's continue on with just sketching out what we want. And let's do another 3D object, cube, and we'll call this one building. So you'll notice my naming convention is I put the item first and then I put what type of item it is at the back. The main reason I do that, especially when I don't hit why I have that habit, is that later on, if I want to sort things alphabetically, all the buildings will be together. So let's say I do this, I Command D it, make a bunch of them, and then I, let's say, did building, and then I did building. Okay, now if I go to my resource folder, I'm just going to create a new folder called working. I'm going to drag building generic building, and tall building in here. Come on, motherfucker. Okay, let's open it up and do it this way. It wants me to actually create prefabs out of these. Hold on. Because we're going to talk about prefabs today, actually. And this is typically, I think because I haven't actually done anything to these, they're not worthy of prefabness. All right, I'll do this. Regardless, you can see that on the left side, basically the first letter is this way. That's a little bit moot because you can do a building search in your search tab and find everything you're looking for. However, you know, old habits die hard. Okay, so I have a generic building, and I'm going to delete these other ones. Let's move this more to where I think it's going to be, at least for now. Let's make it tall. On the y-axis, there's 10. We're going to make it a little wider. Let's call it half the width of its height, 5. And then we'll make it totally proportions of 2 to 1 to 1. Okay, maybe that's a little big. Let's go half of that again. Let's go to 6 and let's call it 2. Okay, that's a little easier to work with. Come back and dig around with that shit later. Okay, let's move it down to 0, which is going to be halfway through. It's 6 tall. Move it up to 3. That'll put it right on the floor. Okay, how big is this plane? Let's move this thing out. I would bet that that's minus 3.5. That's close enough for disco. Actually, it might be minus 4. Okay. And that puts it right on center x-axis. It's 3 units up, minus 4 units on z. And then I'm going to do this one. We'll get rid of this minus point, and that'll give us the start of an alley. So there's a dumpster in between 2 buildings on a street. Okay. So even looking at my assets, I can sort of start to tell myself a little story, right? So I have a dumpster, it's in between 2 buildings, it's on the street. I can verbally sort of go through my inventory. If we really want to do this, we can do, we'll create 2 more. I hit Command D for duplicate. I'll pick those 2. We'll move these on the x-axis by, how wide is it, 2? We'll call it 2. Let's actually call it 2.5 to give some room between the buildings. We'll make 2 more. I'm going to go a little fast today because I think Dumpster Baby, and I know everybody on here. Jeff, if you want me to slow down, tell me to slow down. Same with you, Jubles. Let's do this one at 5. Grab this one, make this one at 5. All right, and let's grab the street. Clearly, Dumpster Baby is going to travel much farther than that on our Infinite Runner, or at least appear to travel farther than that on Infinite Runner. So let's make the plane a little bit longer. Let's do 4. And that gives us a more sort of representative street. Let's grab the dumpster. Is the dumpster at 0, 0, 0? Okay. 0.5. That makes it a little bit taller. So now, remember there's a hotkey for focusing in on something. I've got dumpster selected. Hit F. We're in.